Hello. I'm muted, so you should have some sort of something coming from you. Hi, Stefano. How are you? Hi. How are you? All good? Yeah, I cannot hear you, Stefano. Why? I don't know why. Maybe I don't have any sound coming from you. I see you moving, but I don't have. Let me check. Maybe it's something with my system. Even though I have nothing told here to interfere. Oh yeah, now. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, now I hear you.
Yeah,
Okay.
the setting of the WebEx, they have several microphones, and one is not good. Yes, now it's okay.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. Yes, pleasure.
Yolanda, hello. Can you hear us?
Hi. Yes, I can hear you.
You are in Moldova right now, right?
No, I'm back in Iași. Yesterday I have classes there. And yesterday evening we returned to the university, so yeah.
We are, still a couple of minutes out of time, but let's hope that everybody will join. I have here with me Professor Lasse Bersen from Norway. Is just looking around our colleagues Stefano Colafranceschi from Medicine University in Virginia, US, and Yolanda Vodă from Iași, Alexandru Ioan Cuza, Iași.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yep.
Even if it's online.
Yeah.
I wish I could be there with you. So maybe next year I will try to come to Bucharest. I saw some pictures from yesterday opening it. They were great.
Yeah, in the Romanian Palace of Parliament. Stefano also promised us that next year will come maybe in June or so yeah, the event is a hybrid one, but the sessions are somehow separated. The online are just online and the physical are just physical, because we had sort of not the best experiences when we mixed them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So we decided to have them like this. Yeah. Yes, now I go to the airport. You go to the airport. Yeah. But I was wrong about the year. 2022. So which one? It's not 2022. Yes, we still have like 1 minute. Yes. Let me check. Sorry, ready when you are. Still a bit of minutes left. It's not easy to organize such an event. We had like about
very
300 something participants. Yes, everybody's asking something. And, some of them, if not most, all of them consider sort of a one-to-one relationship, you know, on the databases. But it's one to multiple, one to many. And yeah, that's the way it is. But it's nice. It's nice. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's just, you know, it's the third day, and people got used to asking questions, and you know, and I got used to giving answers.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yes.
Yes. But as I said, nice. Okay, so we should have. Let me check my phone. If we should have Troy Mix from the University of Delaware. Yeah, he should. Yeah, he asked me to allow him to be the second one. Mauro, oh, he's just in, Mauro, so he will be from the University of Naples, Italy. Oh, Mauro, hello.
Hello, Catalin. I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, thank you for being here. Yolanda, you're here, thank you for being here. Guy Weisel, yet not, and Natalia doesn't look like being here, but maybe they will come. Some of you already know me, but you don't know Stefano, which is my co-chair, so I will introduce him firstly. Stefano, with respectfully, I just took the lead, even though you are the leader, but I just want you to present, I want to present you to our participants here. Also, Troy is here. Okay, thank you very much, Troy, for I think Troy and Stefano, you are sharing the same time zone for the time being. It's Virginia and Delaware. I think it's on the yeah. So early morning in US. It's late evening in not quite late evening, but late afternoon in Romania, and probably just afternoon in Italy. Mauro, am I right? Yes. Okay, so I was starting with presenting Stefano. He's professor at the James Madison University in US, in Virginia. We had a chance to meet this year, early spring, when I was visiting him at the his former university, Eastern Mennonite University, right? MU. Okay, but he changed his research body, I would say, probably, or yeah, you know, and he's usually joining us online for the time being at our events, our, I would say, smart events. So thank you very much, Stefano, for accepting the invitation. Hopefully we will have you in person in Romania to the next smart event that we will have. However, till now, till then, you are here with us in online. And now I will give you the floor to, you know, you are the chair, the leader for this session. So I'll be taking a break. Thanks to you. No,
yeah, sure.
Fully immersed into discussions and everything. I was just, you know, making a joke, sort of. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a pleasure to connect and to share this interesting session. I've seen a lot of beautiful and inspiring titles. Yeah, I think we can get started. I think if yes, Troy is there also. Yes. So that's the first. You're the first presenter or speaker from Delaware Public Administration. So you will present smart regional industry policy for AI, new ground or retreat, topology of the ordinary and dynamic capabilities. Okay, I think go ahead. Maybe.
Okay.
I think you share your screen probably.
I think I'll just speak from notes if that's okay. So I won't share a screen. Let me just get my notes lined up here. So yeah, I am Troy Mix. I'm from the University of Delaware's Institute for Public Administration. And what I want to talk about is AI hubs, kind of the idea of developing regional strengths in AI from an economic development perspective, and how regions are going about that, and kind of suggesting a diagnostic tool from strategic management literature to think about how regions are currently approaching the development of AI as an economic development opportunity in their regions, diagnosing current efforts and maybe informing future efforts from regions. So, every region kind of wants to become an AI hub, or at least have AI strengths, it seems. And I want to kind of challenge that ambition and think about, in kind of the rush to build AI hubs, are regions really doing new things? Are they considering how disruptive AI might be, and thinking of it as maybe a general purpose technology that's going to have widespread impacts? Or are they just doing similar activities that they would do with any other economic opportunity, like building automobiles or building computers years ago? Is it kind of a so-called retread of old policies to kind of invest in this new expensive technology of AI? So we have had a big subsidy kind of war globally. China, the US, European funds, billions of dollars flowing into regions. And a lot of the analysis so far has kind of looked at inputs. So how many data centers are being built? How many computer science professors might you hire? What kind of training activities might you put into place? And I think that runs the risk of being a trap if we only look at the inputs. We're measuring, and here's the strategic management perspective, kind of only ordinary capabilities, the ability to kind of do known things and kind of known best practices. If we invest more in technology, we hope there'll be positive outcomes, and we might do it faster, contribute more money, but we're not really measuring the ability to adapt to technology. And we're at a point with AI where we don't even know what makes it profitable for businesses necessarily to use AI. We know there's many emerging use cases, but we've seen the major companies not be successful from a profit standpoint. So we're still in a place where there's a lot of need to adapt. The technology is changing pretty rapidly, so we risk kind of making investments as regions in significant technologies that are kind of optimizing for an economy that's already passed by us 6 months ago or a year ago. That's my framework and perspective on this paper. And so the framework I'm using is David Teese's concept of dynamic capabilities, which has been used to look at a lot of different organizations, companies, universities, and I'm adapting it to look at regions. And so ordinary capabilities are kind of operational efficiency. So in a regional development context, they're kind of best practices in terms of, building infrastructure, having broadband capacity. Let's say if we're talking about IT capacity, funding kind of standard workforce training. It's kind of doing things in an efficient way, doing things right. Whereas dynamic capabilities, this is really, there's three things that are talked about as dynamic capabilities, or three capacities, I guess. One is to seize new opportunities, or sense new opportunities, excuse me. One is to seize those by budgeting resources, mobilizing them to take action. And then the third is transforming. So saying that the way we are doing things is not appropriate for the new reality. We need to transform our organization. So instead of doing things right in the case of ordinary capabilities, it's doing the right things in the case of dynamic capabilities. So my general argument, and it has to be borne out over years, is that successful AI policy for region really involves, certainly doing things right, managing ordinary capabilities, but the more you're able to focus on dynamic capabilities and build those into your approach to governance, the better a region might be. So I looked at just publicly available information on two big regions, Bavaria in Germany and New York State in the United States, and looked at their strategic plans, kind of what they budgeted, their bylaws for any kind of governance organizations they've created, and tried to code them as kind of ordinary or dynamic capabilities. It's a first start on using this, as a diagnosis. I'll just give an overview of Bavaria. They have a high-tech agenda. It's a $5.5 billion investment. Part of that is funding 100 new AI professors, 13,000 new kind of people to enroll in universities. In some ways, that's ordinary capability. It's kind of identifying a technology and saying we need to invest both a lot of money in that technology and a lot of people. We need to stand up new training programs. It's kind of buying scale. But there's also a lot of governance. They've created a networked organization. I'm going to pronounce it as Biosphere. It's a long acronym that's really all about strategic foresight to try to have a central hub that's then organized into different thematic kind of nodes to think about how AI might affect particular industries. So, for example, where the home headquarters of Audi, they have an AI for mobility node. They have an AI for health node, for example. So they're using a governance approach to integrate AI directly into their legacy industries. New York did not have 5.5 billion euro to invest, or at least they chose not to do so from the state level. They realize in their planning documents that they can't outspend Microsoft or Google on computing power. So they have a resource gap in terms of what they can do as a government in the US context. They have an Empire AI plan or strategy. It's a $275 million investment, which is pretty small compared to Bavaria, but they have a consortium model. So they convinced 7 institutions, so Columbia, Cornell, NYU, and some of the State University of New York and City University of New York institutions to share a single supercomputing asset. So I see this as a dynamic capability here, just like the Biosphere is too. They reorganize their institutions to look at a niche that the private tech firms are really ignoring, which is their focus is on AI for public good. So they're both, Bavaria's kind of got more ordinary capabilities at play. They're making massive investments, but they're both, I think, doing well to kind of think about how they're going to adapt, because they're creating consortiums, or they're creating a network of organizations that's going to be, not focusing on just one application of AI, but seeding different potential approaches based on, in the New York case, university approaches that might differ by campus. In the Bavaria case, industry-specific focus areas that might emerge as we kind of learn more about use cases that make sense. So the typology, which would make much better sense as a slide here, I apologize for that, but we can think of it as a simple 2x2 matrix. A region might be high in ordinary capabilities or low in ordinary capabilities, or the same for dynamic capabilities. And so we have, I think that Bavaria is high in both. They're able to make a lot of investments, but they're also doing it strategically with the idea that the solutions for various industries might require real specific kind of insight on those industries, careful attention to how AI emerges in each of those industries. Really kind of, we would think of maybe as a regional development cluster approach to AI. So I think they're showing, significant foresight in how they're pursuing AI. New York isn't able to invest as many resources, and in some ways that's just a function of how U.S. industrial policy works. There tends to be a pretty light touch relative to other regions in the world in terms of how the U.S. Encourages or discourages market activity. So they have a significantly lower resource spend. We might say low ordinary capabilities, but really high attention to governance in terms of setting up the consortium, at least. The more danger areas, I would say, and they're not present, I think, in these examples, but they could be if things aren't managed properly, are what I might call like the gold-plated retread, which would be both low ordinary capabilities and low dynamic capabilities. They spend a lot of money to build hardware. I'm sorry, this would be high ordinary capabilities. So you spend a lot of money to buy a supercomputer, let's say, or invest in data centers, but you manage it, centrally in a very bureaucratic way. So you're not really setting it up to succeed or adapt. You're just counting on it depreciating basically in value as the technology evolves. We could also have kind of a really bureaucratic approach, which would be low in both categories, and not a lot of resources committed, and a very rigid governance approach to managing those funds. So I'm going to wrap up here and just say, I think it's worth, a lot of the headlines are focused on, particularly in the US context, how much money is being spent on data centers. It's incredible growth. I think as regional development practitioners, it's worth shifting the focus to stop asking kind of how much money are we spending and start asking how quickly can our institutions reorganize, or how are we setting up our institutions to adapt to the future. And I think setting up the governance structures first matters a lot. So my basic hypothesis is that you build the governance network first, at least before or alongside the hardware acquisition. That's going to be a lot more powerful than making the investments in the technology and just hoping that the consortium or the governance model works out. And a basic insight that comes from a lot of regional economic development practice is finding your niche. So in Bavaria, they're really trying to optimize existing industries. In New York, they're aiming for an AI for public good strategy. Those are not likely to be the niches that are going to work in other locations. So Texas, I'm sure they will not follow New York's example, for instance, and they shouldn't. So it's not a copy and paste strategy. That's why I think it's even more important to focus on those dynamic capabilities of governance. So I think I'm hopeful this will be a useful diagnostic tool, at least for me, but maybe others, to think about how regions are pursuing kind of AI-focused development. So that's what I have today. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, Stefano, you are on mute.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying thank you to the speaker. Yes. Just one quick question before I open the maybe some discussion. When you mention regions, you mentioned like China, New York, Texas. Just a clarification. What is there a specific geopolitical definition for region, or it's just a macro?
I mean, in the paper, I'll use it kind of at the state level.
State level, yeah.
Yeah, but I think you see in the news, it's talked about pretty flexibly, and they don't talk about Chinese regions or states competing with US states, I don't believe. And frankly, I don't read much about Bavaria in the US either. So it's a scale that's not talked about a lot. And there certainly are national forces here too, that both New York and Bavaria are reacting to. Bavaria reacting to Germany and the EU, New York reacting to whatever the stance is of the federal government on AI.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, anyone has a question, follow up?
No, maybe I would have a.
Yeah.
Yolanda, you are. Yes.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to find the button. I'm used to Teams. So very interesting presentation. First of all, I would like to. I have actually a curiosity because I haven't searched very much about those two regions. And because it was a very interesting way of putting things around related to different. 1 second. I forgot to close Teams and my students ask me questions. Okay, so you have been mentioning a management theory, yeah, related how you put everything together. And you also explained two different regions for me, which is quite difficult to compare because they have different policies, not only in terms of regional development, but also in the terms of their, I don't know, they have to be niche on specific things because you said, what is work in Germany, it could not be working in different places. But even if Germany has put a lot of money into development and integrated AI, how can we measure their results in terms also in Germany and also in the New York? Because everybody said that we have to invest in AI, in the data capacity centers, because this is represent the future. They have done forecasting, different kind of analysis. But how are the results measured in terms of productivity, in terms of efficiency? Because you mentioned it's public funds that they are using. So if you can share some light on this perspective as well. Thank you.
I think it's in part an open question because even, at least in the US, it's widely reported that private companies are, for now, having trouble monetizing AI. But you would expect, there would be a impact on GDP over time. And we could be able to measure that regionally. I think my hope, and I hope it's not a misplaced hope, is that a focus on more dynamic capabilities and adaptive governance is a better way to capture regional benefits for AI. If I think of New York State as a AI hub, it's difficult for me to see them capturing a lot of the value when so much of the venture capital funding in the US is focused in Silicon Valley, across the country, for example. But what they might do is seed the ground for the workforce, the residents of New York State to participate in an AI enabled economy over time and kind of mitigate displacement. So I think you could kind of see it at the high end in terms of GDP overall at a macro perspective, and some of that will be captured regionally, some of it will be captured by the globe, frankly. And then you can see it at from a long-lasting regional development perspective, how much is that region able to mitigate the impacts of AI on the workforce that so many people are concerned about, or at least make it more of a value add rather than subtracting from the assets that are already in place. So maybe it's not a completely satisfying answer, but that's how I would think about it myself at this point. I think they'll be challenged to measure it, frankly. I mean, they have goals and their plans, but I think it will be challenged to measure because they're only going to be able to capture so much regionally.
Yeah, for instance, we have different investment from the state in fields like health, yeah, and how they try to integrate AI in the patient, try to lose, yeah, some things and to improve the patient life, but unfortunately, they do not obtain satisfactory results. So it's very important to measure things because they're using public funds. And in terms of economics, what we learned when we were first-year students is that you have to have a measurement to do that, because otherwise our tendency right now is to invest a lot of money in this kind of using of AI and different applications and so far, but not all of them really impact the citizens. So we should develop an instrument to do that. I don't know, it's very difficult to think about it in different fields of expertise and try to apply a general structure. It will be quite impossible to do that, but nevertheless, something should be measured as well in terms of results.
Yeah, one thing I'll say quickly is just, I mean, the hope is if there's more of a focus on governance, there'll at least be partnering or competing institutions that might be willing to invest in measurement and the assessment of whether something's working or not. I think if it's managed in a siloed fashion, you're more likely to just keep spending, and not maybe
in Romania, we will develop different kind of institution to measure that. We don't have any problem in spending.
Oh, okay. Every place is different. That's another challenge of this type of work, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
I apologize that I have to go. I messed up my timing, but I have a meeting right at 9 a.m. In my office here. I'm so sorry for that. Cataline caught me and got me on this session. Otherwise, I would have missed it. That would have been bad. So,
thank you for being here, Troy. Thank you.
Thank you all. Bye.
So I was looking for the button for the virtual clap.
Oh, thank you. Bye, all. Good luck on your presentation.
Thank you. Bye. Okay. I think we can go on with Mauro Romanelli from Napoli, University of Napoli.
Yeah, absolutely.
Green cities advancing.
Yeah. Okay. Possible to share?
You need, yes, one small second. If I can put it this way. Okay, you now have the presenter tool. If this could be considered like that. You have the share button down below.
Yes, we can see. I can see the slide now. Yes.
Do you see? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Do you see? No. Okay. Okay. Good morning. Or good afternoon. Or good night. No, in USA it's early morning. Yeah. Yeah.
Early morning.
Okay. Good morning, Stefano. Good afternoon to the other friends. So very glad to stay here with you and so present this work about green cities advancing. Okay. Probably we are in a stage where cities are try to become more smart to improve the quality of life and become more greener. So let's go to the second slide. You see the second? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So probably cities are rethinking on providing smart on designing a smart collaborative future. The future smart society relies on cities that are able to rethink on green urban innovation, combining knowledge source capabilities and technologies, and promoting knowledge-led urban space of innovation. Smart City helps the city to develop collaborative pathways and knowledge management practice that contribute to driving community-led and people-driven smart green urban innovation. So more and more increasingly, cities adopt a smart city vision to make smart urban communities and support collaborative knowledge making and sharing, leading to urban collaborative ecosystem for innovation. So cities are rethinking on developing a urban knowledge-led and green future because knowledge-based urban development relies on smart cities that support a green technological innovation development. Smart urban development relies on cities that are rethinking on smart green urban future. Cities becoming smart green communities tend to adopt a smart city planning view to make the city an innovation-driven and knowledge-oriented urban community. So the greenness of the city is a feature positively related to the smartness of the city, and refers to the ability of capability of the city to develop collaborative pathways that contribute to social value innovation, social value innovation within the urban communities. So the research question refers to how do cities rethink the urban future, which future pathway cities are following to make the city of tomorrow. There are some research gaps. Smart city framework as a driver of a green urban innovation not yet investigated. The smart city view and green as a social innovation is under investigated topic. So we try to identify the pathway the city is evolving as a smart, sustainable, social, innovative community. The methodology refers to the analysis of the case study with regards to smart city framework and planning in Firenze. So we try to identify the pathway the cities are following for green urban innovation. The agenda is set up. So let's go to the methodology, a single case study. The city of Firenze is rethinking the urban future, advancing smart city planning and strategy to shape an innovative urban community as a phenomenon still in progress, emerging in contemporary times. We select a case study methodology. The research methods involving case selection, data collection from policy documents. The policy documents refers to the Firenze Smart City Plan, investigating the smart city urban planning choice and design helps understand the pathway cities are following for driving the urban future growth. So some issues. Firenze Smart City Planning helps to make helps making urban communities more social, innovative, constructing a smart city-led and green urban community, which is able to drive urban transition by following a community-led and social innovation view, relying on collaborative as well as knowledge management practice that contribute to urban value creation and innovation. A smart green urban community relies on encouraging all the urban stakeholders to work together and collaboratively, rethinking the city as a system of interconnected process. The green urban innovation relies on the city, which is able to make a smart community an engine of innovation and collaborative meeting place. The urban community aims at becoming an agent of social change and green urban development. The second issue is that the smart urban planning helps to develop collaborative and knowledge-led space. When we also appreciate a concept emerging from the policy document. The concept of smart green city refers to a city continuously changing by constructing a new social, urban, and economic response to environmental and historical pressures by developing smartness as a collaborative approach to urban innovation, leading to clean solution and policy to improve the quality of urban life of citizens and communities. Also, smart city-led urban planning is becoming a hub for innovation to support green urban growth through collaborative and knowledge-led practice. The third issue is that Firenze Smart City Planning helps the community making for collaborative and engaging. So in particular in the Firenze Smart City Planning. The Smart City Master Plan helps support an open space for debate, exchange of information, knowledge, distributed and collective leadership, focusing on the 4I, integration of all possible aspects and sectors in change of municipalities' competence and background, innovation for policies and services and stakeholder, involvement of stakeholders to identify, share, and implement long-term goals, information reinforcing municipal-citizen relationship. So smart urban innovation helps green innovation, leading to collaborative learning community where all the urban stakeholders contribute to urban value creation. Some findings emerging from these issues: rethinking smart grid urban innovation focuses on community development and collaborative space, on human-centered and community-led smart city view. The technology enables urban space for dialogue, confrontation, openness, and cooperation. The role of the municipal authorities in this case study is to initiate the process for making the urban community as a meeting place for innovation. Also, the role of urban community is changing, it's transitioning from a user role to proactive role for policy co-production. So probably there is a picture, a framework with regards to how not only Florence, but also several cities are adopting a smart city view to become more green. So we are some transitioning pathways. So moving from a smart city view to green city view, probably we appreciate cities becoming more communities and using the technology to develop collaboration, also placing the citizen no more like merely users, but co-producers of value creation. So this is the final contribution to this presentation, and also thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mauro.
Any questions?
So let's. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, let's start. We starting from this case study to identify probably many itineraries and smart-led pathway cities are entrepreneuring to become not only more smart, but this smartness helps the city to become more green.
Yes,
and also more intelligent.
One question I had is that is this case study like I don't know how this Florence of Firenze is it like a city initiative or like there's a state wide open
no, the Smart City Master Plan is a city initiative. In fact, in Italy we have not all the Italian cities adopt this approach and formalize an urban strategy as a smart or green to track a pathway.
Mm-hmm.
We are more example in Europe. We selected the Italian case study because Florence is a city that before than others perceiving this problem to track urban-led future pathway, identifying two pillars: the smartness and smart city view as approach, and urban innovation and making the city more green like final issues. Of course, the role of the city as a social organ is changing, moving from user-led perspective to the urban community as a co-producer of social and urban value.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? No?
I recently went to Florence like 2 weeks ago or something, and I was amazed how beautiful the city is. So nothing more to add than that. I mean, you were speaking about probably one of the most beautiful cities in the world.
Yeah, the ambitious, the problem of the city becoming smart, like Florence, is not only to appear as a toy for people coming from outside, so only touristic led. The ambitious aim to become smart is to improve the efforts of municipality and the urban community to really combine the need to make the urban space like innovation-led space, and also implement initiative for eco-friendly issues, and so for green experimentation. So.
Yes. All cities, like most of the European cities, are very difficult to. I mean, because the infrastructure is difficult to build. Because as you dig deep, you might find some artifacts. You might find. I mean, it's not as easy as starting from zero.
They have their specificities.
Yes, it's a challenge. That is a challenge. You can only put on top of what is already there.
In fact, the aim are ambitious, and probably the real aim is to advance a track. We track a pathway for the future, so the future generation of policymakers and citizens know that they should adopt a more advanced community-led view to doing and making something for green, for smart, and also for making the city like an engine of urban innovation.
Okay. Very cool.
Thank you.
Okay.
This one.
So next one is Yolanda, I think. Oh yeah, so it's
thank you,
so
Yolanda, I will give you that presenter tool in a moment. Yes. You should have it by now.
From Iazi, Romania, from innovation to inclusion, citizen trust, security, and digital education, and adoption of smart city technologies.
No, still cannot share. Let me try again.
To me, it shows that you are the presenter.
Okay, now I can. Now I can. I think, yeah. Okay. Let me see.
Yeah, we can see your desktop
screen right now. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, 1 second. See how I can share.
You can share the whole desktop and then make it, full screen. It works.
Yeah. Okay, okay, 1 second. I saw the.
Yeah.
I'm not used to WebEx. Actually.
I got that. That's okay. Very, very good.
Okay, so yeah. So the title of the presentation is From Innovation to Inclusion. So what I have analyzed is in terms of trust, security, and digital education, and how this behavior affect the citizen adoption of smart city technologies. What I start from is the literature and the most recent reports from the United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs. A report published in 2025, and that mentioned that almost 45% of the world population now lives in city. This number has almost doubled since 1950. Also another thing that the recent report states is the fact that also small and medium-sized cities have been growing and will be in the future under pressures because right now, according to 2025 revision, it lowered the threshold for city to a level of 50,000 inhabitants. So this will lead to an increased number of recognized urban areas. Now we have the need to expand our city's capacity, and in order to do that, we have to find ways to better manage the resources, also to increase the quality of life of our citizens, and also to optimize the efficiency and the quality of the services provided. But in order to do that, we have to understand if the citizens are really using smart and green technologies, and how can we, as a government, as an institution, as the municipality as well, can better improve their quality of life. Since the pandemic, a lot of reports and a lot of studies showed that we have accelerated the shift to online services. So a lot of us continue to move beyond the traditional services and the traditional way of doing things to online. We actually have been forced to do that because there were any other alternatives at the moment were the best next thing to do. So a lot of us have a lot of people, especially the old people, have been trying to use different online applications in terms of transportation, in terms of health, in terms of work, and so forth. Also, this rapid digital adoption created also new opportunities, but also greater vulnerabilities in terms of cyber attacks, data misuse, or government apps. So according to the cybersecurity trends for 2025, a lot of European reports underline the fact that cities now have faced higher expectation for security and privacy and trust. And also we have to rethink how we can protect our citizens in all online interactions. Basically, our goal of the paper was to analyze, but I have to mention this is a pilot study. We tried to mention this, to measure, the citizen behaviors in terms of subjective security and privacy, in terms of perceived risk, in terms of trust assessment, and the expansion of digital education, on how would that habits will affect the propensity to use technologies in different smart cities. We choose as area Iași because here in Iași we have three major public university and one of the oldest university from Romania. But also we have a very strong tradition in ITC because lately in the last 5 years, a lot of IT companies open subsidiaries here because we have a very good pool of talented IT students. And also according to a report published in 2022 by Vegacom Consulting, the vast majority of smart city projects at national level were implemented in Iași. We lead with 56 smart city project, making the second after Cluj and ahead of Bucharest are counted at City Hall We also have some strategy similar on the one that the previous presenter mentioned. We also have an integrated urban development strategy, an ongoing strategy until 2040, where we want the city to become more resilient and consolidate citizens' relevant digital skills. In terms of methodology and data that we used, we apply a quantitative approach, an exploratory pilot study. The selection criteria were basically two. We integrated those kind of people that have used different smart technology existing in IASH or at national level, and they have to be residents here in IASH. We conducted the survey between October and November 2024, and we distributed the survey using different platforms. In total, we reached to 340 respondents and only 104 valid responses. Right now, we are trying to improve the survey and try to expand it at the regional level as well. Also, in terms of methodology, we have used psychometric scale already existed in the literature, but we adapt it according to our regional specifications. We also have included socio-demographic questions in order to better understand the respondent's profile. We use structural equation modeling as form of analysis and also different reliability and validity tests to test our final model. So our variables, our construct, the first one is related to security and privacy in the smart city. And according to the different authors in the field, this is the most critical construct in the technology acceptance. What we have tried to capture with this construct was basically two major things. First of all, we try to understand if the citizens worry about their data, how their data is collected, stored, and protected. And second, if they fear cyber attacks or misuse of your personal information, because both perspectives can reduce their willingness to engage and use different applications existent in different cities, which are available for the citizens. I'm not going to get into the details with all the questions. I have here just on the slide, just a few of them that we use from our analysis. The second major indicator that we use is perceived risk. Here we try to understand if there are any concerns about surveillance or loss of control or system failures, and also to understand if the citizens fear of unintended consequence when they're using different public digital services. Here we used the survey that we adapted from Hansen 2018. And both the construct, the first and the second one, were tested for reliability using Chromba Alpha. And both values have been above 0.7. The third indicator construct that we used is trust. Here we try to integrate both the trust in institution and intrapersonal trust. So we try to understand if the citizen think that or have the belief that government and service providers act transparently and accountable. And also if they trust the systems are reliable, fair, and accountable as well. For instance, here we used a question that sound like I consider integrated IT technologies and solution, and we give them some example to be efficient and reliable. And for every construct, we use the Likert scale, the 1 to 5. Another construct that we used was the expansion of digital education for citizens. Here we want to understand two things. First, if the citizens have the ability to understand and to use different digital tools, and if they consider proper, especially for older generation, if they need additional training, and if that training can reduce the fear and increases the confidence in smart city services. Because even if us as an institution, as a municipality, we try to provide citizens with different apps, they are useful for their daily activities, and useful in times of time reductions and so on. We have to understand if they are willing to use this kind of application, if it's suitable for them, if it's user-friendly, and so on. In terms of propensity for the use of technology in smart city, here we also use some question adapted from different authors. Here the validity value was above 0.8. So we validated also this construct as well. Here we ask question as in the city where I live, interaction can be done through digital application, and then there is no need to physically present in the counter office. Also, I intend to use this digital application in my daily activities, and we underline the application that right now can be used by our citizen and were provided by the municipality as well. I'm convinced that the access to the smart city technology improve the quality of life, and I will definitely use it, and so on. And in terms of the results of the proposed research model, here are the connection between the variables, trust, risk assessment, technology use, subjective security, and also education, digital education, if it's necessary for the citizens to use it. Basically, our results underline the fact that citizens need technical protection. They need to feel safe when using different online platforms. Because if they do not feel safe or they do not feel they trust that app, they are not going to use it. Still, in terms of different age category, we have different perspective in terms of digital training and education. Usually, older respondents from our survey consider that they need additional training in order to use this kind of app because for them it's difficult to understand them. For the younger generation who are already used with or born with the phone in their hand, this is not an issue. But if additional training is provided for older citizens, they will have a greater confidence in using different technologies in the city. Also, we find out that the perception of security is an essential element for trust, especially given the technological context of the smart city. These are just some of the results that we obtained from the pilot study. Also, we are aware of the limitations of the study. First of all, we cannot generalize our results because we have included just a small number of the city residents. The study was not conducted on all age groups. We still have a lot of discrepancies between the participants' age because the vast majority of the respondents were young people. Also, we consider that in future research, we can include also interviews to better understand the role of the security and the stakeholder trust in the adoption of smart technologies. And we could also integrate it not only the municipality, the university, and the industry perspective, but also the citizens, because they are the end users of the service. And also future direction for research, we could analyze in comparison different regions for Romania, because this could also improve our efficiency in terms of different technology, different application that we want to develop at the municipality level. So this is my pilot study. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Any questions?
That much,
okay.
as I can see.
Oh, good. Can you still hear me? My
Yes,
text?
yes.
Yes, I see you frozen, so I don't know if this is a network issue.
No, the voice is coming all over the ocean.
Okay, I guess we can, so yes, that's the virtual, where is it? Clapping, yeah. Thank you. So I think next speaker is Guy Weisel. Is it online?
I have difficulties in identifying him online. Well, we're not that many to actually be that difficult. I'm just trying to be, maybe there are some here who could be representing, or Guy Weisel was recently a PhD candidate in Iași. By the way, Yolanda, you might know him, but he graduated recently and went back to his home country, and now he's working in cybersecurity, but I don't see him here. So maybe he either missed the time, the different time zones or things. So we might ask the next one.
So Natalia Fedirko from Quebec National Economics University, leveraging smart governance for Ukraine macroeconomic recovery and stabilization.
So I don't see her here. Because probably that was the most valuable presentations, and presenters were here, with all due respect to those who by some reasons couldn't join. I think that was the session. It's probably also because it's Friday evening, who knows, could be an excuse that also. But at least we had a very international panel, not very large, but international, US, Italy, Iași, Romania, which is, by the way, I don't know if I was telling you, Yolanda, I consider Iași the most beautiful city in Romania, despite the fact that there are so many other cities that, from a touristical perspective, are very catchy and attractive, but they are inheriting things that are not Romanian things. They have German legacy, and they are beautiful in strictly comparing, I don't know, the beauties of the cities all around the world, but they are not that much Romanian as they are geographically placed in Romania. So it's sort of something that those kind of I don't know, rankings don't take into consideration, but I do. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure, Stefano, you've never been to Iași, because I know you've never been to Romania. So
no.
you didn't.
You
have
should
the,
definitely come if you have the possibility. In
Yeah,
Bucharest and in Iași as well.
he promised us he will come to Bucharest at least, and if he will, and if he has enough time, I will bring him to Iași to have a short visit maybe, and then let him decide if I'm right or not.
Yeah, I spend my summer in Europe anyway, in Switzerland mostly. But then yes, once I'm there, it's easy to travel.
It's easy to, especially in I mean, you can travel in Europe with like 20 euros per flight.
Wow, yeah.
Like mostly everywhere, you know. It depends, of course. It's not that much common, but you know, 20 to 50 will. Anyway, you just come in Europe, and we will take care of the rest.
Okay.
Just come here, and we will take care of the rest. Yeah, I think that was all for this session, right? So,
and also, Catalin, if you want to come to Iași again, please reach out.
I will definitely be in Iași in June, because you have a conference in 18, 19 of June, something like that. And I was speaking with Anna Maria Bercu. She invited me, and I said yes. So we will have the opportunity to finally meet in a traditional format. Maybe if Stefano will be around, maybe he can also join me, and then
sure.
We can.
It sounds like a plan, so I will remember that.
Well, I like planning. You know, not necessarily. It's not like written down. You don't need to follow step by step and ideas by ideas. But at least we have a plan. We have started to something to start or think of. So yeah, why not? Okay.
Then I will have no excuse next year to come to Bucharest. Every single year I try to come, but every single year I have classes this day, so it's
you have excuses every single time. You have no excuses for next year.
Exactly. Next year, no excuse. I promise. Okay. Nice to see you all. Nice to meet you, Stefano. Hopefully we'll see each other face. And if you want to come to Iași, just let Catalin and me know, so I can arrange your stay here as well. And if you want to see the beautiful city, I saw on the window that you have snow outside. Here it isn't, not yet. Some snow, quite some snow.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
winter mood on.
Yeah,
it's just today. We wake up with the snow. It was expected, but yes, kids will be happy.
That's nice.
Yeah,
we don't
here
have
we have. In the weekend we have the Christmas lights open and the ceremony and everything on the 1st of December. But it hasn't snowed. Usually it snows in January, February, and in the last 3 or 4 years in April. I don't understand why, but I think it's due to climate change. But yeah, nevertheless, you should come here. Okay, so Catalin.
Yeah, thank you very much. All, thank you. Also, Mauro, if you are still here with us.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you, and see you next time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.